No, I recognize this.
We need way more space, guys.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my God, we're being.
This way. Give them the signal, just like a football game. Yep.
Mark out there to the right!
Stop! Could you do a cadence, please? Wait. Don't do it.
Good evening. Now, I know that there's going to be this collective sigh of disappointment because I am not Dina Hayes. But I'm very proud to represent Dina this evening, who is not here not because she doesn't love you, but precisely because she does. And she never stops doing the work. So as we speak, she is at an organizing meeting at the Guilford County Association of Educators. When she is not doing training around the world around structural disparities and justice, she is organizing in our community to galvanize support for you and the work that you do and the kids that you serve. And so that's where she is right now. And she asked me to take her place here this evening. I'm Winston McGregor, and I serve as the vice chair of the board. Two of my colleagues I know are here, Kim Irby and Linda Wellborn, if y'all wave. Oh, Betty Jenkins, I see you there. Hey, there's Betty, Kim, and Linda. And I also have the privilege of serving as the president of the Guilford Education Alliance, which is my day, night, and weekend job in between working on the Board of Education. And we're proud to sponsor tonight's event and to let you know that no public tax dollars were spent on this event, and it was all paid for with private philanthropy. And we have a lot of donors like the VF Corporation and Arch MI and Lincoln Financial, the Weaver Foundation, the Armfield Foundation, who give generously to support GEA's work and the work we do to support you. But tonight's event also could not have happened without two very generous contributions, one from the Bryan Foundation and the other from the Race Equity Institute, which is Dina's privately held company. So again, I'm proud to represent Dina here tonight to extend a welcome and a congratulations on her behalf and on behalf of my colleagues on the board to all of you. I want to thank, I think it was the Ragsdale Band, is that who that was? There's nothing like a marching band. I mean, I did grow up here and then also in Texas. And so Friday Night Lights and a high school football game and a marching band are music to my soul. Tonight is definitely about celebrating you. It's about GCS's outstanding employees and the ways you contribute to making our district great. And tonight is really about excellence. And The Gallup organization has actually done a lot of deep research about what makes for excellent leaders. And years ago, they set out with this wide body of data that, of course, they have at hand to understand if they identified somebody who was excellent in their field, what was it about them? And they thought they were actually going to find a certain set of characteristics, right? Charisma or listening or empathy that would make for excellent people who are leaders in their field. But they just kept, as they studied deeper into the data and were interviewing and assessing folks that had been identified as excellent leaders or leaders in their field, they just kept growing this body of gifts and talents. They couldn't quite make sense of it until finally they started to look at it differently. And what their research ultimately showed is that it's a wide body of gifts and strengths that leaders embody. But what makes for excellence? Not just folks who want to be good or competent, folks who want to be excellent at what they do, is that they know their strengths, they operate within their strengths, and then they pull people around them who have different strengths and honor their strengths. But they don't get outside their lane. Like they're like, if I get outside my lane, I'm only really going to be competent, and I'm not about competent, I'm about excellence. And then I'm getting in the way of somebody else being excellent anyway, because this thing that I'm only going to be competent at is going to be somebody else's sweet music. And so I think what we're going to see tonight on this stage and that we see every day is that we have excellence across this district and that those leaders know what they're good at. They stay in their lane, and then they find people and value what they're good at. And they see that in students and encourage that in students, most importantly. So I'm excited. This is always a really fun night. And of course, in my opinion, there's no leader who really understands this better than our brand new superintendent. My good friend, my colleague, now one of my personal heroes, Dr. Whitney Oakley. Yes, the speech.
Thank you. I'm super excited. I love that we're at Eastern tonight. I love coming out for the Celebration of Excellence, particularly new in this position. I just feel so grateful for this district and the people in it, and I am excited and honored to be here tonight and to welcome you to the Celebration of Excellence. With this lighting situation, I can't see you, but you can see me. So we'll hope that goes okay. Tonight's event really would not be possible without the generosity of our sponsors. So please help me give a round of applause to Guilford Education Alliance, Racial Equity Institute, and the Bryan Foundation. Thank you so much to these sponsors for funding tonight's event, but also for the many ways that they support our schools every day. Guilford County Schools has thousands of dedicated, brilliant employees who make a difference in the lives of our students and make our district a great place to learn, work, and grow. Tonight, we will highlight just a few of them, specifically our counselors, social workers, rookie and mentor teachers, assistant principals, principals, and teachers. But if you're here tonight, that's a really big deal. This is a really big school system. And I know that that's just a fraction of the team it takes to make a school district run and to overcome the challenges that we face on a daily basis. I want to thank you for being a part of Guilford County Schools team. Working in public education has not been easy, especially these past few years. But there was no place that I would rather be working than alongside you. We are truly better together. So now is our chance to celebrate our teammates and cheer on their success as among the best in their respective fields. We already have the reigning State Teacher of the Year among our ranks. And who's to say next year's winner isn't sitting right here with us tonight? I know I'm super excited to hear more about our finalists. So now let me introduce our MCs for this evening, Dr. Allison Coker and Dr. Jamie King. Please give them a round of applause.
excellence in the audience. Hey, fam.
Right? Like, this was like a homecoming out there in the lobby, right? People hugging, shaking hands. Like, this was what it's all about.
You
Seeing
know what it
excellence.
proves? It proves that we are
Better together?
better together.
We are better
and
together.
Family, and family.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Allison Coker, Deputy Chief of Human Resources.
And I am Jamie King, Principal Supervisor. You know, Allison, standing next to HR, I'm a little worried about what could happen tonight.
Yeah,
I like how everybody laughs who knows me, right? Like,
Jamie, you should be, but you only have to be good for an hour.
okay, I got this. You
And
know,
the superintendent is right here.
yes, and I need a job tomorrow.
You do.
Right, I need a
You
job
do.
tomorrow.
You do.
You know, what I think is really important tonight is about excellence. And tonight we will recognize 7 categories of true excellence in our district. But Dr. Oakley said it great. This is a large school district, and we have 10,000 employees. And so it is very important when we think about these 7 categories and these people that will be on stage tonight, that there are so many others that stand behind, right, that aren't seen up here tonight, that help improve, help make our schools what they are every day. As a parent of 3 GCS students, that makes me very excited.
Hey, let's give it up for all of Guilford County Schools employees. It's great to be here to celebrate with you tonight. We have some folks that are representative of the excellence in Guilford County Schools, and so we're going to get started. Our first category is Counselor of the Year. Hey, did I tell you? Counselor of the Year. Give it up for counselors. They do a lot of work. My mom was a counselor, and she's still counseling me today, so I
Yes.
know it's a lot of work.
And my sister is a school counselor here in Guilford County Schools, so it is great.
All right. So we have 2 finalists. Finalists, when you hear your name, please come to the stage, collect your plaque, and form a line to our left.
Great. Our first finalist for our Elementary School Counselor of the Year is Ashley Lopez Davila. She serves Alderman Elementary School. Ashley started her career as an elementary teacher and English as a second language teacher with Teach for America. This is her 5th year as a professional school counselor. She is passionate about working with a diverse population. She enjoys reviewing school-wide trends to collaborate with students, staff members, and parents, and to be proactive with guidance lessons, individual, and small group counseling.
All right. Our second Counselor of the Year is Jennifer Kiyanya, counselor at the Middle College at GTC Greensboro. Jennifer is a nationally certified counselor and a licensed clinical mental health counselor. She has helped to create and build many school programs, including the College Seminar Support Program and the school-wide house and academy courses. Jennifer says it is her greatest professional accomplishment to impact students' lives in a positive way, and she tries her best to do that every single day. Thank you.
Right. Congratulations to both of our finalists. Now tonight, our budget did get cut a little bit, so I'm going to need help when we need a drum roll, okay? Right? I think you all can help me a little bit there. All right, so here we go. The 22-23 GCS Counselor of the Year is Ashley Lopez Davila. You got everything? Congratulations. That was fun.
That was fun.
So, how about this? How about you get a car and you get a car and you. No.
That was supposed to be my
Oh,
line.
that was your line. That was your line.
Yeah.
I stole your line.
You stole my line. Thank you, family. We appreciate that. So next, we will recognize our school social workers who play an extremely critical role in the well-being of our students and their families. This is the first year we have recognized social workers, and we have 3 finalists for this award. Finalists, when you hear your name, please come forward and form a line to our left. Our first finalist, Shamika Byers, Pierce Elementary. In her application, she shares, "I was a child with heavy burdens and a lot of needs, but did not have a voice or the words to state my needs. I knew there were a lot of kids out there just like me who were trying to live and be normal. When I finally learned about school social work, it was a no-brainer. I wanted to work on the preventative side of social work, pouring into the lives of others who sometimes do not have a voice." Thank you.
Our next finalist is Terry Sims Starling. She serves one. She's got her fan club. She serves Washington Montessori, the Middle College at GTCC Greensboro, and the STEM Early College at North Carolina A&T State University. At Washington Montessori, she developed an attendance initiative called the Washington Walkthrough Dance Challenge. The 3 classes with the best attendance for the month get to perform the challenge with her. Chronic absenteeism has decreased by 3.4% from last school year. I'd like to come dance. I want to come dance.
And our last finalist is Brittany Wells, Jamestown Middle. Brittany shares that we are all granted a life that allows us to use our passions, talents, values, and energy in any capacity, and social welfare is where I use mine. I believe that if we begin thinking about humankind as our family and the world's problems as our problems, we can change the world. Indeed, we can.
Brittany, you may need to copyright that. I'd like to steal that quote. It is perfect for what we all do. So here we go. We have our 3 finalists. Congratulations to each of them. I am pleased to announce this year's School Social Worker of the Year, I need my drum roll, is Brittany Wells. Like, I feel like we could do this all night, right? Like, longer than an hour, 2 hours. Like, let's get some more awards up here.
Social workers make such a difference. Oh, can they see?
Oh, they can't see.
Help family out. Okay.
It wasn't me. I didn't turn the lights off.
Now it's time to introduce our finalists for Rookie Teacher of the Year and the Rosalind Tanner or Mentor Teacher of the Year.
You know, Allison, I remember when I was a rookie teacher. That was a
Oh.
long time ago.
Right, the earth was still cooling
Oh,
then, right?
come on, Allison. Come on now.
All right, Jamie, let's find out which of these outstanding teachers will take on the title. Please help us welcome Winston McGregor, Vice Chairperson of the School Board and Executive Director of Guilford Education Alliance.
Thank you. I'm back. This time, I'm just me. I'm not impersonating Dina. And Nora Shoptaw, God bless her. But she's learned some things over the year, and you don't know what a risk taker is, because basically, she just has here, Winston speaks briefly. She used to write stuff, and then she, I wouldn't say it. I would just say whatever, and so now she's quite a risk taker. But thank you, Nora, for all you do to coordinate this event. I kind of said what I was going to say at the beginning, so I'll probably get right to it. But I want to say this. There are some pretty people in this room and up on this stage. And I was sitting there, I said to Whitney, they're all so beautiful. And I do think it's because Linda, okay, for once, Linda and I were thinking the same thing. This is a celebration. I'm just kidding. I mean, sort of. But I think it's when you have that light inside and you are passionate and authentic about what you do, it just shines through. So that seems so evident to me. For years, the Guilford Education Alliance has been very proud to sponsor this event and to also have some additional funding available for the rookie and mentor teachers. And this award is named for Rosalind Tanner Orr, and her family really wanted her name to be remembered as someone who really valued teaching and mentorship. And so I'm grateful for the Community Foundation of Greensboro, which holds that endowment and provides some funding to make these awards possible. So let's get to the finalists. And when I think you're supposed to come up and make a line and all of the things. Zayna Brooks from Wiley Elementary. Zayna says that learning will always start from the heart. If there's no passion in what I teach or do, there are no minds that I can grow. I love creating an environment where students and I can be ourselves. I believe in having a social and emotional connection with each of my students. Wow. I mean, for a rookie teacher, it's a lot of wisdom, so thank you. Jericho Carrillo, or Carrillo. Did I say it right? Jericho says, buying into your students. The Southern High band director, Southern High's in the house. Buying into your students means you truly listen to your students, meet them where they are, find what they're interested in, run with it. Meeting them halfway shows that they are genuinely taking that student into consideration. It makes them feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. Jericho, thank you. Gary Kite, Moorhead Elementary PE teacher. Gary, come on down. Let's see some jumping jacks and push-ups. There'll be a kickball game here on the stage momentarily, coordinated by Gary. Gary says, I believe that so far one of my greatest accomplishments in education is trying to establish a team-building atmosphere in my classroom. I've talked with my students about the importance of good communication, cooperation, respectfulness, responsibility. I've tried to encourage the use of these skills through team building and SEL activities in my gym. Gary, thank you and congratulations. Catherine Porter, Jamestown Middle music teacher. Catherine, she says she believes that teaching is a rewarding experience in which teachers not only teach their subject, but also help shape children into the young adults they become through their experiences in education. It's not just about what we teach, but how we teach our content, present ourselves, how we interact with our students. There will never be one way to teach a class. How we teach a concept to one class may not work for the other. Catherine, thank you for your wisdom and congratulations. Brooklyn Whipple, Fraser Elementary, 3rd grade. Brooklyn says, I'm very proud of the classroom environment I've created, the philosophies that I've used in my classroom as a first-year teacher. The biggest reward I receive in the classroom is the acknowledgement that my students give me when they remember something that I've taught them. I also enjoy seeing my lessons come to life in the classroom. Thank you. Congratulations. I mean, what an incredible group of rookie teachers. Thank you for choosing teaching, for choosing GCS. Thank you to Shirley and Ashley in the HR department for finding these rookie teachers. We are so grateful for your service. And I love that we have art and PE and contained classrooms and all of this difference up here. So thank you. And you're just as pretty as the last bunch, every single one of you. Well, you know, yeah, handsome, pretty people, all of you. All right, I need a drum roll. Jamie. So our winner tonight is Jericho Carrillo, the Southern High Band Director. Let's hear some shouting for our rookies. Woo! I just didn't know Nora was such a risk taker. Now it says Winston makes more remarks. I'm not going to do that. Who knew? I should invite Linda up here to make some remarks. So I'm going to move right on to the Mentor Awards. You can't have effective rookies and beginners without seasoned, patient, wise mentors who've earned their stripes in all the hard ways and still keep the fire lit inside, the passion and the joy. It's really only because they make so much money. And so it is such an honor to be able to celebrate our mentor teachers and to honor the contributions they make above and beyond what they pour into their students and the families and their community. So we've got 4 finalists for the Rosalind Tanner Orr Mentor of the Year. So finalists, again, you know the drill. Come on up, make a little line, and we'll get on with the show. Emily Rex from Guilford Elementary. Come on up. Emily says that as mentors, we hold a 2-pronged commitment to the teaching profession. We dedicate ourselves both to our students and a new teacher with her own students. Beginning teachers need mentors who understand their struggles and provide unalloyed emotional support. Those brave enough to work in a caring profession require the ability to ride the emotional waves without sinking. New teachers need good mentors who can provide a life raft when the tide is rough. Emily, you look young enough to be a rookie, but we're delighted that you're a mentor, so thank you. Christina Sapusik from Western High. Where are you, Christina? Christina says a mentor's job is to always be there for their mentee, encourage them along the way. A good mentor listens more than they speak. It's the mentor's job to ask questions, to help the new teacher come up with the best solution for the questions. A mentor's not the know-it-all who just passes judgment and tells the new teacher what to do. A good mentor is positive and supportive. Christina, thank you so much for your wisdom and your work. Yvette Spratling, Wiley Elementary, being represented again tonight. What's happening at Wiley? Yvette says, I always enjoy sharing this mindset with my mentees and other teachers I coach, that teaching is like a dance. You change your style and movements depending on the partner. With each classroom dynamic, in essence, you have a new partner. We all have good days and challenging days. However, every day we touch the lives of children, and we can learn from these moments to improve education for all. Yvette, thank you. You want to do a little dance, maybe? I do. You'll often hear me say to folks in the public that I think there's this sacred dance of teaching and learning that happens between students and educators. And so thank you for bringing that to light, Yvette. Bryant Thompson, Ferndale Middle in High Point, where are you? Bryant says, if I were about to speak to others who are about to begin their first year of mentoring, I would advise them to grant grace as well as to accept it. Teachers enter our profession with a plethora of ideas on how they're going to handle matters in their classrooms. It's important that any autonomy they have in their classrooms isn't challenged, especially in front of others. That is so insightful, Brian, and good advice. So thank you, Bryant, for your service. All right. Again, we're so grateful to all four of you. Congratulations for this recognition. Our winner, I got a drum roll somewhere. Christina Sapusek from Western High is our Mentor Teacher of the Year.
Wow, way to go. Let's give them another round of applause.
You know, Allison, what I do think is interesting is if you added up all the years of experience of all the mentors and all the rookies, it still would not equal Dr. Morrison's years of experience.
Okay, I work for Dr. Morrison, so I'm just going to let you talk about that one.
Remember, I need a job. I need a job.
So congratulations to Jericho and Christina and all of our outstanding teachers and mentors.
You know what this reminds me of, Allison?
What is that?
We are
better together.
Come
Listen,
on.
this is a celebration. Come
Come
on,
on,
let's
we
make
gotta
some
get
noise.
loud. Let's go.
All right. To help you return to the celebratory spirit and mood that everybody wants to feel and share, right?
Oh, yes.
We're getting ready to do something really exciting. You ready? I don't think they're ready.
They're not ready. Let's go. Let's just pack it in.
Now it's time for a very special performance from our very own Eastern High Honors Dancers. And it's led by dance teacher Angela Green. And do you know what? She has been here for over 20 years doing what she does and doing a great job of it.
And beyond that,
Yes.
is not just a teacher. When we were up here earlier, we saw her practicing with the kids. We saw her cleaning up after the kids, carrying stuff, right? Teachers don't, it's not just about teaching and learning, as Dr. McGregor said, right? It's a dance, right? It's a balance, and people don't understand all that teachers do.
So let's get ready to have some more fun and celebrate excellence. When they come through and perform, her students are going to perform a traditional cuckoo, which comes from Guinea, West Africa. They will be joined by guest drummers Ikwe Amazu, Sandy Blocker, and Joe Blocker.
And this dance was traditionally performed by women returning from fishing, but has since evolved into a community recreational dance that could be performed by men and women of all ages. Please give them a round of applause and welcome them to the stage. All right, now Allison's going to do that by herself.
So we're here celebrating all of our employees and excellence in a lot of different ways, but give it up for our students. Weren't they wonderful?
What an outstanding performance. Now, there's just one more award before we announce who will take home this year's Spirit Award trophies. Let me hear you, Spirit teams.
Yeah, back there. Hey.
We might have to change the winner. Okay. I like it.
All right, family. Okay, family. That's what I love about family. It's just hard to tone down sometimes, but we love it because it's a celebration of excellence. So thank you for celebrating with us tonight. So we have 5 amazing finalists for Assistant Principal of the Year.
And Allison, do you know what's interesting about these 5 finalists?
Tell me.
Well, I think you should tell me.
These are 5 women in education leadership. 5 amazing women. They are leading the way and doing a great job supporting students and staff in our school communities every single day. So finalists, when you hear your name, please come to the stage, pick up your plaque, and form a line to our left. Our first finalist, Cassandra Farmer-Gibbs, Bluford STEM Academy. Cassandra shares that, how are you? Good to see you. Outside of the building, but still within our school community, we create opportunities to strengthen our relationships with the families of our scholars. By reaching out to our families, they are made aware of the steps that we take within the school to create the best learning environment and experience for all children. By collaborating, we're able to know more about the needs of our scholars and how to move them forward with support from both home and school. Thank you very much, Cassandra.
Next is Tanya Hiller from the Academy at Lincoln. Tanya says, "What does learning look like?" That seems to be a good old standby question in most interviews. Learning isn't something just to be observed, evaluated, and tested. Learning shouldn't just be owned by students alone. It shouldn't be used to label our students as average or accelerated. Learning is curiosity and knowledge and questioning. It should be challenging and exciting. It should be the heartbeat of every single classroom.
All right. Kimberly Leedy, Western High School. Kimberly shares that as a white female educator, I am the person this job was made for, but I'm not always the person our students need. Our system needs a diverse army of equity warriors who can use our collective voice to advocate for what education can be. We can be the pathway to prosperity for all students. We can be a systemic agency of change. We can be better, and I want to be a part of that. Thank you very much, Kimberly.
Next is Barbara McCrae from Parkview Village Elementary. Barbara says, "Great school culture is built off relationships, interactions with others, and shared visions. My actions support a healthy school culture for staff and families because I challenge and support in hopes both are growing and are more engaged. Caring and responding is how I help build a positive school culture. I build strong relationships with staff and families by showing I care about their well-being, their lives and families. Staff members know I have a listening ear and always find ways to support them professionally and personally."
All right. Karen Williams-Dick, Eastern High School. Karen shares, I am a firm believer that a student's reading level, math level, or previous academic performance should not hinder a student from taking on more challenging classes. Often teachers will say that a student should not be put in an honors or advanced placement level class because they failed a test or have a low EOC score. My push is always what we can do to support students to remain in the course. We cannot assume all children in students or advanced courses have the same skill set or set of prerequisites, but we can control the quality of instruction that they receive once they're in the course. Thank you, Karen.
Congratulations to all of our finalists, assistant principals. We know that you do so much that goes unnoticed, so thank you so much. Crowd, I'm going to need your help again, right? So congratulations to our finalists. And the winner, I need my drum roll, is Kimberly Leedy. Here we go. It's spirit time.
Have we seen excellence already tonight or what? Yes, we have.
So, you know, Allison, I have spirit. Yes, I do.
I have spirit. What about you?
You know, Allison, I gotta, you know, I'm a mountaineer, right? Go App State. Woo, and I don't hear the same yelling that I could hear. So I think we need spirit a little more. Come on. There we go. I like it. I like that. That's it. That's it right there. That's it. All right.
Yes,
All right.
yes, yes. Thank you all so very much for that spirit. So congratulations to Kimberly and all of our finalists. Before we can announce the principal and teacher of the year, let's see which school has the most spirit this year.
Remember, we were not the judges.
We were not the judges. But our judges have determined this year's Celebration of Excellence Spirit Award winner based on creativity and overall energy. Spirit team captains, when you hear your school called, please come to the stage to collect your trophy. We ready? Right. The elementary.
Drum roll.
You want? Oh yeah. Give me a drum roll, please. The Elementary Spirit Award winner is Sumner Elementary. All right.
We got some more hardware.
We got some more hardware. And the secondary Spirit Award winner is Haynes Inman.
That was fun. I feel like we should have a cowbell in meetings,
Oh, no.
right? No. Oh, the superintendent said no. Nope. Congratulations. So now it is time to present the final 2 awards of the night. I can't believe it's almost done.
I can't either.
You think we'll get invited
We're
back?
having fun. Are you guys having fun? Because we are family and we are
Better together.
Yes.
So now it is time to introduce to you our outgoing Principal of the Year, Miss Katrinka Brown. Oh, thank you. So, there we go.
Let's hear it for Katrinka, Principal of the Year, right now.
Go, Katrina!
Thank you, friends. Good evening. This is super exciting. I've been over there just smiling and cheesing. As I recall this moment last year when I was announced the 21-22 Principal of the Year, so I know exactly how my colleagues over there are feeling. I will tell you that this has been a busy school year. Last school year, we did a whole lot of tours. I got to sit on the state superintendent, Dr. Truitt's Principal Advisory Council. I've got to attend a lot of state board meetings, got to fight for teacher pay, got to fight as well as principal pay. So my colleagues, I hope y'all are excited. But I also got to finish out this week with getting to meet our First Lady and our Secretary of State, which was awesome and phenomenal as they kicked off their bus tour for education. So it has been a busy year, and it's not over. And I'm excited today to get to announce one of my colleagues to take over this seat so that I can enjoy my new school, which is Northeast High School. So now it is my honor and pleasure to be able to introduce to you the 5 finalists for Guilford County Schools Principal of the Year for 2022-2023. Finalists, when you hear your name, please join me on stage and form a line to my left. Our first candidate, Kevin Carr, Haynes Inman Education Center. Kevin says, as at any public school, progress at Haynes Inman is hard-won, with many of the most important measures reflecting small but significant gains in our students' abilities to communicate their needs, respond and interact with others, connect with their peers, maneuver through their environments, take care of their personal needs, express their emotions and creativity, and enjoy the fullness of life. The rewards are incredible. However, when expectations are high, students respond. Haynes Inman is a joyful place filled with student work and sound and significant, and signs of learning. Congratulations, Kevin Carr. Next, we have Carla Flores Bastero, Allen J. Elementary. Carla says, by building strong relationships rooted in trust and respect with students and their families, we have been able to close the discipline disparities at our school in the last 5 years. Our in-school and out-of-school suspensions were reduced more than 50%. We have worked hard to hire staff that mirror our student demographics. It is very important for students to have role models that look like them and who can provide support and guidance. The presence of these role models can make the difference between success and failures in student lives. Congratulations, Carla. Next, we have Abe Hagee, Fairview Elementary. Abe says, at Fairview, I have instilled a philosophy that discipline is another form of teaching and shouldn't be punitive. This philosophy has created a culture where scholars feel comfortable at the school and feel safe. With the addition of scholar panels, eating lunches with scholars on a weekly basis, and playing with scholars at recess, it has given me a cleaner understanding and perspective with what our scholars go through consistently, how I can respond as a principal, and ways I can empower my staff to respond appropriately on a daily basis. Congratulations, Abe. Next, we have Paul Travers, Washington Montessori. Paul says, each Wednesday, as students watched the morning announcements, I presented live from a different location in Guilford County. Students engaged in learning about major community landmarks, local history, areas of recreation, and much more. This was more than simply providing community awareness. These experiential exposures are components of dismantling an inequitable system of poverty, disadvantage, and social isolation from the mainstream that typically does not include historic and recreational community awareness. Congratulations, Paul. Next, we have Christina Wheat, representing Johnson Street Global Studies, now at Northern Middle. Christina says, a great mentor and friend once shared with me the concept of speak first while serving as a school leader. Simply put, I practice the art of speaking first to each staff member each day. A simple greeting by name, a question about their personal life, and an acknowledgement of how special they are to me goes a long way in building and fostering a culture of respect and trust within the school setting. Congratulations, Christina. So now I ask Superintendent Oakley, who's already standing here, and members of our board to join us for this announcement. Finalists, as I call your name, please come forward to accept your plaque, then remain on stage for the big announcement. Our three runner-ups, in no particular order, who will receive a check in the amount of $300 are, where's that drum roll? Abe Hagee, Carla Flores Ballesteros, Kevin Carr, our secondary principal of the year, who will receive $500, is Christina Wheat. Our elementary principal of the year, who will receive a check for $500, is Paul Travers. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Big drum roll. Please join me in congratulating our 2022-2023 Guilford County Schools Principal of the Year, who will receive an additional check for $1,000, Paul Travers. Paul, will you please now say a few words? The remaining finalists may return to their seats.
To tell our story, right? Good morning, Washingtonians. Welcome to another great day at Washington. I am so grateful to be here. I'm thankful for my Father above to show me so much grace and standing before you today. I'm grateful for the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Oakley, for thinking of making sure that this event happens every year so we can celebrate the amazing work of educators in Guilford County and the amazing students that we have. Let's give them a round of applause. I'm grateful for my supervisor, mentors, and people who have brought me along the way. I'm grateful for my wife, Ashley, and our 4 children who bring me down to earth really quickly when I get home, really quickly. I'm grateful for my brother, Abe Heggie, who is a partner in this work with me, who I rely on daily. I'm grateful for that. And I'm thankful for this amazing staff that we have at Washington. Let's give them another great big round of applause. You know, at Washington, one of the things that we want to make sure that we do every single day is communicate hope. We want our students to come in the building and feel hopeful. We want when their parents open that door, they let them walk out of that car, they look their kid in their eye, they say, I love you. And we want them to believe that they're going into a place that's going to make provide a hopeful future for them. That's what we do every day. I'm excited to work alongside an amazing assistant principal, Mary Sluter. She does such a fantastic job of holding us accountable and remember positivity. So I want to tell 2 different aspects or things that happen at Washington that really have impacted me and really impacted and communicate this idea of hope that happened in the building. It was a car rider line earlier this year. One of our teachers goes out to the car rider line. He's got a paper in his hand. He goes into a window and he shows his paper to the mom in the car rider line. I looked at who the vehicle was coming through for, and it was one of our students who had really difficult attendance in previous years, but he'd been attending consistently this year. And at the end of the day, exhausting end of the day, this teacher comes up to me and says, I told this mom, he can do it. We believe in him. Look, he got almost every single answer on this problem right. And I told mom there's no excuse why he cannot achieve whatever he wants. And I tell you, that hit my heart. And that's hope. That's the hope that we strive for every day at Washington. And one of the things that our assistant principal lets us know and talks to us about is we don't talk to kids about what you want to be in the future. We talk to them about how you want to impact the world. So it's not what you want to be in the future. It's how do you want to impact the world? What skills and gifts that you have can you use to contribute to a better world? And that's hope. So I'm excited to here today to stand and represent Washington Montessori Elementary, our amazing staff, our amazing students, our amazing community partners who don't just provide relief, but provide relationship to our students. And I'm proud to stand here to you today representing the principals in Guilford County as your Principal of the Year for this year. Thank you.
Wow, congratulations to the new Principal of the Year. Now let's find out who will be the next Teacher of the Year.
It is my pleasure to introduce our reigning Burroughs Welcome Fund North Carolina Teacher of the Year. Hold on. Let me say that one more time in case you missed it earlier. Our North Carolina Teacher of the Year, our very own Miss Leah Carper from Northern High.
It is a great pleasure to be here tonight to honor Guilford County Schools. In my position as the State Teacher of the Year, I travel all over the state visiting districts, and I have to tell you, we're the best. People will be talking about, I mean, I'm not trying to talk smack, but people will be talking about new things they're doing, and we've been doing that for years. We are innovative, we are strong, and we are smart, and we have heart. And so I am just so grateful to be GCS proud all the time. Congratulations to everybody here. So now I'm gonna give a 30-minute speech. I know that the finalists are okay with that, right? Just kidding. It is my honor and pleasure to be able to introduce to you the 5 finalists for Guilford County Schools Teacher of the Year for 2022-23. One of these 5 fabulous finalists will go on to represent GCS at the regional competition. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. All of them are incredible educators. They are smart and they have heart. They care about the people that they serve. They care about our kids. And that is something that I will never forget, being able to be part of that process and getting to know all of them. They are all, like, I know people say, like, it's cliche, like, they're all winners. Y'all, they are all winners, okay? Incredible educators. So finalists, when you hear your name, please join me up on the stage and form a line to the left. We're going to start this evening with Christopher Carroll, Sternberger Elementary, Physical Education. Look at that owl. Chris writes, "It is imperative that students learn to enjoy being physically active. I must create opportunities through my lessons that demonstrate a physically active lifestyle. I think the power of education is the why. It's one thing to know about being physically active, but it's the why we should be physically active that promotes the healthy lifestyle we strive for." Congratulations, Chris. Our next finalist is Olivia Gerald from Grimsley High School. Olivia is a social studies teacher. Olivia writes, "I lead by example by encouraging my students to participate in the Grimsley community. At Grimsley, I attend sporting events, theater productions, and musical concerts to be an active community member and constantly encourage my students to get involved. I also encourage my students to take advantage of opportunities and invest in the places that invested in them. I do this by teaching at Grimsley, my alma mater. I share information with my students and try to learn their interests so I can help them get involved in educational opportunities outside of school. Learning is not limited to math, science, and social studies, nor is it limited to school hours. Learning is a lifelong process." The next member of the Fab Five is Holly Herberg, Ferndale Middle School, Language Arts. Holly says, "When I became a teacher, I realized learning was not confined to the 4 walls within a classroom. The educational process for many students begins well before stepping foot in a classroom. Education begins at home when people begin to learn about their family's traditions and cultures. By the time I get to interact with students, a foundation has already been established. My goal for transcending the classroom is to have all students take what they are learning inside the classroom and apply it to their daily lives." Our next finalist is Juana Rahili. She teaches at Guilford Elementary School and is a first grade teacher. Juana says, Giving students opportunity to put what they learn about respect, collaboration, and community in action instills the importance of helping others and spreading kindness. My students are always looking for ways to bring happiness to others, and I would like to think that I have made a big impact on their outlook on life and on their appreciation of others around them. Learning happens everywhere, and by doing so many more things than what I can teach my students in the classroom. Our last finalist is Nina Sumter from Weaver Academy. Nina is a math teacher, and she says, in the public sector, we have tossed and turned between college and career as if there had to be a single choice, supported by our education leaders. Our ever-changing world has thrown that to the wind. Children today have more opportunities than ever before. Education in a school setting must accommodate and build upon those choices. I support multiple pathways for students to access and gain the opportunities they deserve. Good job, Nina. Are you guys nervous? Do we need to do a breathing exercise? No? Okay. Now to help me with the Teacher of the Year announcement, please welcome our fabulous new superintendent. Are you guys so excited? Me too. Yes. Dr. Whitney Oakley and the Board of Education back to the stage. You're already back. They were always here. All right, finalists, is this you or is this me? That's you. Okay. As I call your name, please step forward to accept your plaque and remain on stage. Our two runners-up in no particular order who will receive a check in the amount of $300 are, where's the drum roll? You guys practiced all night. Juana Rahili. Our second finalist is Olivia Gerald. Next, let's announce our grade level finalists. It is so quiet in here. Our elementary teacher of the year, who will receive a check for $500, is Christopher Carroll. Our middle school teacher of the year, who will also receive a check for $500, is Holly Herbert. Our high school teacher, you guys already know who it is. This is embarrassing. Our high school teacher of the year, who will receive $500, is Nina Sumter. I apologize. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Please join me in congratulating our 2022-23 Guilford County Schools Teacher of the Year, who will receive an additional check for $1,000. Our Teacher of the Year is Christopher Carroll. Christopher, we invite you to come make some remarks.
I'm gonna try to make it through this one. It would be easier if you were all 8-year-olds. That would make it really easy for me right now. But anyway, First of all, I want to thank Dr. Oakley. I want to thank the Board of Education for all your continued support of all the teachers and the students. Congratulations on becoming our new superintendent. I'm really excited to see well, talk like my daughter now. Sorry. You all know how hard teaching is, but you also know how rewarding it is. Even on my toughest days, I can't imagine doing anything else. But early in my career, I learned that I'm a pretty good teacher by myself, but we are amazing teachers when we work together and support one another. And I want to thank my principal, Ms. Williams. And I want to thank all my coworkers at Sternberger Elementary, Go World Changers, and most especially our specialist team. Last year, we put together something truly special. The strength of our HOOT initiative that we created comes from a shared vision and collaboration. I also want to thank my wife, Krista. That was the hard one. I want to thank my wife, Krista. She teaches 7th grade science at Northern Middle School. We've been through a lot together. Over the years, I've come up with some pretty wild and crazy ideas, and she has pictures to prove it. She helped me build some equipment, plan activities, and when COVID shut us down, she taught me Canvas. Yeah. So that was truly helpful. You all know that for sure. She does all this even while she's preparing for her own classes and never complains. So thank you, Krista. I love you. I know. Also, I want to thank my daughter too. She's not here. She's a junior at Appalachian State, but she's a typical teacher's kid, and I'm a teacher's kid myself. She spent a lot of time with me at school, helping me any way she could. Most recently, she was videoing me while I was getting slimed and helping run field day stations. With a mother who teaches science and a father who teaches PE, she decided that her favorite subject is music. Yeah, she saw. All kidding aside, she's a junior at Appalachian State, and she's majoring in music therapy. And she shares our passion to make a difference in the lives of others. So we all share that passion, or we wouldn't be here. So I want to thank you all for what you do. I'm excited and looking forward to seeing what comes next. Thank you.
Congratulations. Be careful. Congratulations.
Wow. Wow. Look at all these balloons. This is so exciting. If you have not been renewed, if your cup has not been filled tonight, I'm not sure what would do it. Right? Like, I am so excited about the work that is happening here in GCS.
Yes, and Mr. and Mrs. Carroll, please see me about a contract for your daughter for teaching upon graduation. An early contract is possible. Is that correct, Board of Education and Superintendent? Yes.
Yes, we have had a great time. I hope we get invited back next year.
Yes, I hope so. I was good, right?
Yes, I have a job tomorrow. I'm good.
Jamie was good, right?
Woo! All right.
All
A
right.
huge and special thanks goes out once again to the Guilford Education Alliance, the Racial Equity Institute, and the Joseph M. Bryan Foundation for sponsoring tonight's event.
Yes, and be sure to watch us on GCS TV and YouTube for the replay of tonight's events. And remember, we are all better together. Have a good night.
Have a great night. Yeah, come on, kick one, two.